Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gold Prospecting at Home. This is episode number 104, and about a month ago, I got an email from a dude, Matt, up in Seattle, and he told me that he has this vintage Paydirt that he got for his birthday from his grandfather's belongings, and he sent me this old vintage can of Paydirt. Now, on the back, I don't know if you can tell here, I'll put a screenshot right here. To me, it looks like it's from the 1950s or 60s. It does say Hallmark Precious Metals out of Seattle, Washington, and that company, as far as I can tell from online research, it looks like that company, at the very latest, operated in the 1970s, but looking at the font here, it looks like it's older than that to me. But this can is still in really good shape for being that old. I'm going to guess 1960s. If anybody knows anything about this product, definitely put it in the comments and I'll pin your comment to the top. So the story behind this Paydirt is this can of placer belonged to Sig McGuire, who spent most of his life in the mountains, river, and sea that surround Washington. That's what Matt said. And he wants me to sign this can and send it back to him. And of course, I'll send the dirt and the gold and everything. It'll be basically original when you get it back. He wanted me to sign the can, but I'm not going to do that just for historical reasons, but I will write a nice note and sign it and everything, send you a guitar pick, some stickers, some Paydirt and everything as well. If you guys want to buy Paydirt, of course, kleshgold.com, I do sell 5 levels of difficulty of Paydirt over there. So before we get started on this can of Paydirt, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to 4 brand new Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members. We have John Wilson, Chalin Otmar, Ashley Robertson, and David Kosin. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate the support. And if you guys would like to support the show, there's always a little blue join button down below. There's also Patreon. I also have a brand new merch store, Crowdmade. Definitely check it out. All new designs and some limited edition stuff over there as well. So let's go down to the panning station. We'll carefully open this thing up and we'll take a look at it. Okay, here it is, the authentic placer gold from Hallmark Precious Metals in Seattle, Washington. Get a good shot of the can for archival purposes. Feels like it's about 3/4 of the way full. The label's in great shape. It's got a couple water issues. It was stored in a basement for who knows how long. Looks like it has water damage coming up to maybe here. You can see the line. That's what it says on the back. You can pause it there and read it. But let's take a look at it in the pan. Very nice. So I have a special can opener here so we don't destroy it when we open it. This actually cuts around the side here. It leaves a very unnoticeable opening area. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, I think we're all the way through. Oh yes, it opened. All right, cool. Right now we've got it popped open. I'm gonna be very careful in opening this the rest of the way. Try not to bend it too much. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So yeah, we got river gravels in here. Even some quartz stringers in that rock right there. Very cool. Nothing left in the can. Alright, so it looks like we have a lot of darker gravels, round darker gravels with some quartz stringers in some of these rocks. I don't see any gold, but I would never expect to. Unfortunately, it's not a can just full of authentic placer gold. That would have been, yeah, that would have been tens of thousands of dollars. All right, so that is what it looks like. All right, before we get into the panning process, normally I don't do this, but for this product, I want to make sure that we get everything on camera for everybody to see and enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and read this entire thing. You guys can skip to this timestamp right here if you'd like to skip this part, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. So, place contents into gold pan or pie pan. Tap can to make sure it is empty. All right, so we did that already. Submerge to cover the contents with water. Grasp pan with both hands at opposite sides of top and tilt slightly forward. Now shake pan from side to side, allowing gold and other heavy particles to work their way to the bottom. Now with pan about level, rock pan to start a rotating motion with the water. As the water comes around, tip pan slightly forward and let the top gravels wash out. Step 6, repeat steps 2, 3, 4, and 5 until only a small amount of gravel remains. Step 7, tip pan slightly forward and shake. Now carefully with pan still tipped forward, dip in and out of water, letting the top fine gravels or sand wash out. Repeat step 7 several times until the black sands are visible. The black sand should now be in the front edge of your pan. Swirl a little water around inside the pan to wash back the black sand so that the gold particles will be exposed. Hallmark Precious Metals, P.O. Box 6145, Seattle, Washington. Normally I would take a magnet to it and remove all the magnetic material, and that would be part of my panning process. But I think for this video, we're actually going to follow the steps and do it that way. But I still want to remove the magnetic material just to show you guys what's actually in here. All right, here I have my strong neodymium magnet with a silver dollar tube on the end of it. Let's go ahead and remove this black sand. There's not a lot in there anyway. If you guys don't know, the black sand is heavy like the gold, and the more black sand you have in a Paydirt product or concentrates, the more difficult it is going to be to recover the gold. So I like to use this magnet whenever possible to remove the magnetic material. But in this case, we're just going to leave it in there because it's part of the experience here. All right, so on the can, it does not say anything about classifying. It says to just add water and start panning and pick out the bigger gravels. But just for archival purposes, we're going to go ahead and classify it just to see how much plus and minus kitchen strainer size is actually in this product. And if we're lucky, we'll see a nice gold nugget. Okay, so here we have our plus and minus kitchen strainer. It looks like it's about 50-50, at the same amount. Let's see if we can find any gold nuggets here. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. The gold will reveal itself during the panning process. So I think we're going to go ahead and pan out the big stuff first. So let's bring over Crusty Rusty. We'll add some water and some frozen jet dry. That's just a surfactant that'll break the surface tension of the water in case there's really small gold that wants to float away. All right, let's go ahead and pan this down. This stuff hasn't seen water in many years. It's been sitting in that can for, I would guess, 40 or 50 years. I understand there's a lot of new people watching. If you guys have never panned for gold before and you're interested in learning exactly this entire process, I will link a gold panning tutorial for beginners right in the corner there. As you can see, it's just kind of like round black gravels for the most part. There's some green and blue in there as well. Let's see if there's any gold in there. Okay, there's no gold in the bigger stuff, and that's okay. All right, next we have the minus kitchen strainer size material. This is where we're going to find our gold. Now, there's no guaranteed amount of gold or anything on here. The only hint that there's actually gold in here is that it says the gold particles will be exposed, the very last line there. So gold particles, let's find the gold particles. I'm gonna guess it's some flour gold, maybe some flakes. All right, so we got some nice chocolate milk happening right here. It's not too terrible though. So yeah, right here you can see the nice line of black sand. That's the stuff we picked up with the magnet. I mean, it does look like actual gold sluice concentrates. It looks like it could have been material that was actually processed at the river and then brought home as concentrates. So it's possible that it actually is, and that's why there's no guarantee of any gold amounts in here. We'll find out here in just a second. Alright, getting down to the black sands here. It seems like there's more black sands than we picked up with the magnet. So there's a lot of non-magnetic black sands in here, most likely hematite. Alright, no gold yet. And even if there's zero gold, I'm not going to be disappointed. It's still a very cool product. But there has to be a little bit of gold in here. Yeah, there it is. Right over here we have a little piece of one flake of gold. No very, very tiny flower gold yet, just some nice flakes. And that's actually not terrible. I don't know what these were selling for back in the day. No idea. But now I don't even have to weigh this up. I can tell you that this is about $1 or $2 worth of gold. Maybe $3 worth of gold. Back in 1960, it might have been worth, 20 cents or something. Now, even though I have an approximate value on this gold, I still want to weigh it up, get an actual value on it, and we could even take a look and see what gold prices were back in 1960, 1970 and stuff, so you can kind of do your own math. See how good of a deal this was back in the day. I don't know what it was sold for, but... Alright, so we got 4 little specks of gold. I'm going to actually take all this material in here, I'm going to dry it back out, and put it back in the can, and we'll ship this back to Matt in Seattle. But in the meantime, why don't we go ahead and weigh up this gold and see what the actual value is. Well, that was really, really cool. I do have to reseal this. I might just, tack it together with some super glue or something, because I have to ship this back to Matt. So again, big thanks, Matt. I really appreciate you sending that to me and allowing everybody that's watching this video to share it. So make sure you guys hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Let's go ahead and figure out how much it was actually worth. So we got 0.025 grams. Now I'm going to call it 24 karat pure because you can resell natural placer gold just like this to Paydirt vendors like myself. If you guys want to sell me your gold, kleshgold.com, click on the sell your gold button and I will buy your gold. $1.44. So yeah, $1.44. The value of gold back then, like all the way from the 1950s up until like 1970, gold was in the $200–300 per ounce range. By today's standards, we got $1.50 worth of gold. In reality, it was probably, like I said, maybe 20 cents worth of gold back then. It's still a really cool product. Just the packaging alone and just having the opportunity to open something like this up on camera for everybody to look at was a lot of fun. Again, big thanks, Matt. Either way, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I put out at least one new video every week. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left, so thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really going to like the other ones linked here, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.